Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's boy 2KJJ back with another video, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not editing this video. Yeah, I'm not editing this video. I got two other videos I gotta make that I'm going to edit and I'm going to upload. But this is a beat I made last night on my live stream on my main channel. I tried to go live on a beat channel, but they said I had to wait 24 hours before I go, so I just went on here. But I'm gonna just play all this beat and show y'all what I did. I'm also gonna open the website back up for the beat store so y'all can purchase it. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I forgot to share my Bible verse, man. Greatest commandment: love the Lord with all your soul, all your heart, and all your mind. That's the first greatest commandment. This is in the book of Matthew. This is what Jesus was saying. And the second is love one another. Yeah, love one another as yourself, right? So treat people how you want to be treated. You heard that phrase before. And also love the Lord with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. Because if you do, you repent from your sins. You don't got to fall into temptation like that. And yeah, you keep God first throughout your life. You live a holy lifestyle. Anyways, let's get to the beat. See how boss what I did, man. Hard, but basically what I did was, dang, I did a lot. All right, so here's the first thing I added. The first plugin was a creepy piano. I downloaded it. It's a VST. Wait on the open. There you go. But it's a creepy piano. The plugin I did was the coffin rit. But these are the type of pianos I use when I'm trying to make like this type of plugin I would use. I'm sorry, when I try to make like a emotional, dark, pain sound type of melody, as you can see. But yeah, that's the one I use, and my key scale is, well, first off, my BPM is 140. My key scale is C sharp minor. I'm gonna show y'all. I always put mine in minor. Sometimes I'm gonna start working on major too, but I always keep it in minor natural. I put C sharp. So key tip, if you want emotional beats, you can use C sharp minor, D sharp minor, D sharp. That's what I use. But basically what I did was, I started off with, me personally, I always start off with the root notes, so I'll keep the same pace. So I start off with these, and then I had this, and I basically did this. I copied this one, I put it right here. No, I put it right here, I'm sorry. And then I brung it down, kind of like the way that sounded. So then I took it back, and then I put it right here, then I put it down, then I put this. I know I'm saying a lot of this and that. I just don't know how to explain terminology in piano yet. But basically, I made this long, and I didn't like the way it sounds, so I made it shorter. Same thing up here. I put this up 1 octave, but I didn't like the way it sounds, so I put it right here. And then I brung this back. So with these, I did a minor scale, but then I changed it up a little bit at the end. I forgot what specifically I did, but I was just going off how I wanted it to sound. And another tip for y'all boys: always stay inside the highlights. For example, always stay in these. Don't touch the dark ones, because it's gonna throw you off key. Now, and here's why I made that sound at. Oh, I'm sorry, the patterns. Alright, and then I went down on the second half, and I just put this down an octave, and I made this one more tense. As you can see, I made this one more tense than the rest of them. Here's what I did. And then the second half, I went one more octave down, but then I started it early instead of right here. I put it right here. And I went one more octave down. I could add more tense to it. And then that dun dun. I also switched the melody up on the second half, but I'm gonna show y'all the first half first. That's what this coming at. That little. I just did that. I had it like this at first, but then I just went short with it. I went back short with it like I wanted. Like I said, it's just a bunch of adjustments. Basically, what I did. I just go off sound, and then I also had this right here from I believe I just split it up. Cause I didn't want it to be a one long one, so I just split it up. Plus adds variety. Alright, now let's get to this part right here. Let's get to this part right here. What I did was I just added these notes right here. That's basically what I did. That's the only difference between this half. That's the only difference. Oh, and obviously the C sharp major, I scaled it down. But that's the only difference between this half and this half. It's these three notes right here. So that's how I got that one. Then I just played with the volume. I always start off with low velocity because I like my piano sounding soft instead of like loud, Then let's go to the strings. The VST I use for the strings was Expand. That's my #1 go-to personally. I got Purity and I don't really use Purity like that. I don't like it. I don't find good sounds in it. But I used the Legato Tremola. This is one of my favorite strings to use. And okay, the string is gonna be a little confusing, y'all. So basically what I did was, I'm gonna play it first. As you see how that one right there is kind of like off. Well, I had them just like this. I had all these in this section. In this section from here, I had all these like this. Then the last part, I had this one. So, but then I decided to add these long top ones because I like the way it sounded. It made it sound more suspense. I just sounded like that. As you see. So, oh, it's not as loud. But basically, I started off with the root notes. Obviously, I copied the root notes C, D, and C. And here's how they started. That's how basically I started. Then I don't feel like muting the notes. I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. I ain't feel like muting them. I know, but I did this part. I changed it. This how the first part sound. I'm gonna delete this real quick. Here's how the first part sound. Here's how the first part sound of the melody with these. And the reason this the reason this part is missing is because I had these long ones and I ain't wanted to blend in and mess it up, That's nice missing. But then I just added these. Hold on, give me 1 second. Boom. Okay, basically what I did. That's all I did was switch it up. I always like switching up my melodies on each half. Like for the first 4 bars, I always keep it basic. Then I want to switch it up sometimes from 5 to 9. I switch up the melody and I add a little different to it. That's how you make your melody sound unique. But that's what I did. Alright, and then I just adjusted. Like I said, I played with the volume. This took a little minute. I ain't gonna lie, these little volume things, cause it sounded like all at different ranges that I didn't really like. So I just started playing with it. So this took the longest to make. But it's in the same key scale, and also I always having the 1/3 step. C sharp minor. Now let's go to the sub bass. So basically what I did was, as always, here's how I do my sub basses. As you know, all these be regular, and then I just turn all these knobs down and just keep the hold all the way up. That's all I do. Then I cut we use loop points, I cut that off. And with my 808s, I boost them. But I'm not boosting this because it's a sub bass. So I just turn it up a little bit with this knob. But that's basically what I did, man. Same scale, C sharp, minor, and I just played with it. Nothing extra, you know. Now let's get to this part right here. I'm gonna get to that the little there was a time, the little vocal chop I did with the sample. So I downloaded that thing off YouTube, but here's what I did with I don't even know what it's called, I'm not gonna lie. Varvisa V. Oh, my bad, I got the sub bass one of my drum kits that I downloaded, a little baby drum kit. Yeah, let's go here. This is from a plugin that I don't really use like that. I just saw it. Varvisa V. It's basically a lot of sounds in it, and it's called, the one I used was the, I don't even know, I'm not gonna lie, Angels Approaching. I don't know if that's okay. Yeah, it's the type of sound, I just liked it, and I just cut the bass all the way down. Oh snap, I just cut the bass all the way down, adjusted it. I still got to get used to that one, because that's a lot of presets in there. It's a lot of things you can do with that. That's a good plugin. Varvisa V. But yeah, this is what I did was this. I like it. I like this when I use a lot of synth sounds. I like this. You got a lot of good synth sounds in it. So first I had this octave up. I didn't like how that sounded, so that's all I did. It blends in with the beat. Now let's get to this vocal chop real quick. This part right here. So the first thing I did, I'm gonna put one down right here real quick. So the first thing I did was, this how I sound regular. Well, it don't sound like that. It was in a different scale. It was in a different pitch. But I'm gonna make this unique first before I even change it. I know it's gonna mess. I know it's gonna affect this one. So hold on. Hold on. There we go. Okay. So hold on, it's loading. But yeah, basically what I did was I changed the pitch from, so here's how you change your pitch of your sample to the right key scale of the piano. So basically every cent is 100 cents, as you can see on that top left corner. It'll be up here once I turn the knob. You see it right there. Hold on, it's scratching. I don't know why it's scratching, but basically, god dang, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, I'm gonna just put it in. It's still loading, y'all boys. Y'all can see that little white thing loading. It's not letting me click on it. Oh my gosh, bro. Man, hold on. I'm not editing none of this out. Okay, you see how this says 254 cents on the left corner? So basically, here's how you do it. I'm just gonna put it in scratch mode so don't load that long. So basically, each cent is a scale. So 100, each cent is 100 cents. So I put it all the way to 700. I had it at this at first, but I didn't like the way it sounded. It sounded too low. I don't like that. So then I went up to 700. And the only reason I went up 700 is because here's how you count scales. So that scale, that scale was in G major, I believe. The vocals, it was in G major key scale. I'm doing C sharp minor. So here's what I did. I counted. So like I said, each is 100 cents. So for example, this G right here. So I go 1, that's 100. 2, that's 200. Hold on. Yeah. 1, that's 100. 2, that's 200. 3, that's 300. 4, that's 400. 5, 6, 7. You get it, right? So each one is 100 cents, but I believe it was in like G sharp. So I went up 7 cents, and that's how I got that 700. But that's how you find your key scale. Just count each note 100 one time. That's 100 cents. So you go up or down. It's up to you. So after that, what I did was I had to change the tempo of this because it didn't match the tempo of the beat. It was sounding slow. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to like reverse it back to how it sounded before. But basically how you change that is you go to, it's other ways you could do it, but I did it one way that I saw on YouTube. I believe it was, give me 1 second. Okay, I think it's in the other area. I think you highlighted it and then you do this. Oh yep, here we go. Fit the tempo. This is what I did. And then I obviously this BPM is 140, so I put it between 100 and 200, and then it worked perfectly. I didn't have to do nothing else. Then I just found it how I wanted to chop it up. There was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to call home. Then I chopped it. I stopped that right there. And then basically what I did was added that. How I added the little effect right here. The little, hold on. How I added this part right here. The little stutter at the beginning. Basically what I did was, hold on, I'm sorry. So where it says home at, basically what I did was right there, I sliced it up, put this on none. This is very important. That little magnet, when you're making beats, when you trying to lay the track down with the beats and stuff like I am now, you want to keep it on bar. But when you're trying to cut something specifically, you put it on none. So basically I had that on none, and I zoomed in, and then I did this right here. I believe that's the part. Now I muted it just to make sure. Yep. And then what I did was I just cut it and I duplicated it. So I cut it like this. Stop right here, I believe. Then I just da-da-dum. I'm sorry. Then I just went down just to play with it a little bit. Boom. And then what I did was I stuttered it. So here's how I did the stuttering part. I basically just cut this part right here. Alright, hold on. Sorry. Right here. Then I just put this back. Then I just did that. That's basically what I did. So that's what I did with that part, and then I just mixed it up, looped it back up, and then voila, there we go. That's how I got that. Oh, then I put it into a channel, this right here, I forgot what it's called, but then I put a vinyl on it. I put a vinyl on it. Hold on, where's that? I put a vinyl on it. So this is the best thing I use when it comes to like my ad libs when I be rapping. Also like a stereo type of voice. You could change the different like things, like different time frames. 2000, that's 2000s. And the clearest 1980s. As you can see, the difference is the lower you go, the more radio it sound. So then the dust will always be up. I don't like the dust effect. As you see, it's crackling. I don't like that. So I just cut it all the way off. I always do that. Then I just change the wear up to 70%. Added a reverb. Kept it the same, but delay. This was like this. I always put it back to this. Anytime I'm rapping in general or I'm trying to add a delay to something, I always cut it like this. And I always leave this the exact same. I don't touch nothing else. So that's what I did. Same thing with the I was a. I did the same thing with the vocal chop. Did the same thing. But yeah, man, you don't need no arcade. Even though I use it sometimes. Alright, now let's get to the kicks and stuff. So I use the open hi-hats. Here's what I did. Where I got this from? I think I got this from piano. I think it was from this one also somewhere. But here's what I did basically. I just played around. Now here's how I come up with my open hat melodies. My open hat melodies. I just listen to I make the hi-hat first. Obviously the hi-hat I did fill each two-step, I believe. Yeah, I did two-step. And then I just played around with it. I added some notes. I'm still trying to get better with hi-hats, but this is a pretty decent one. I basically just added some notes between them. Like this is right here. I just added that one like that. And I just kept playing around with it and stopped playing with the volume, obviously, because you always want to play with the volume when you're doing hi-hats so it can sound more realistic and get a rhythm to it. That's all I did. Now then I just added the open hi-hats after that to find the rhythm of it, and here's how they sound together. If I could do that, hold on. And I just added the snare, same thing. I just played around with it, put in a 1/4 beat at first. No, I put in 1/3 beat. And then when I do it, the little end, when I did this part afterwards, I believe I put in a 1/4 beat when I put this section right here. I believe I did a 1/4. That's what I did. That's all I did. That's how it sounds. So I did. I believe that was in one of my drum kits. I believe it was in this one. I don't really paying attention. I just find the right sound. I just go with it. And here go the 808. I also did 808. 808. That's I believe it's a 808 punch and my all love drum kit that I downloaded right here. Like I said. So with this part right here, basically what I did was I had it, well, somewhat like that. I had it like this. I highlighted it, pressed Alt U, and then just went with it. But before I did that, I put in a 1/3 beat, I believe. Yeah, 1/3 beat before I did that. But every time I do my 808s, I always keep them in a step unless I'm doing a roll with it, you know? Like I just showed right here. I always keep it in a step thing. So and I always cut itself with my 808s and sub betas. I always select cut itself. Then I obviously cut it off the loop point. Then I went here and I boosted the 808 a little bit. Then I just left this the same. Sometimes I'll play with it and keep the hold all the way and turn everything else down, like I did with the sub bass. Sometimes I won't. Just depends how I feel. And I always keep them in the scale C sharp and D sharp. That was the scales to the root notes of the piano roll. That's how you do your 808s. You C sharp, D sharp. That was the root notes. That's the same thing you can do with your 808s and your sub basses. I always want to keep them in that scale of wherever the piano roll root notes was. That's how you stay in key, if that makes sense. So after that, I did the same thing with the kick, but I play on and off. Like, it's the same pattern, but as you see right here, this little gap and this gap right here, and you see it's two 808s up here and this one kick right here. I do that because I want the kick to come in and out. I don't want the kick to hit on every single 808. You know what I mean? It sounds robotic. So this is why it sounds like this. As you can hear it. So yeah, it just sounds more bouncy, you know. Then here go the second strings I use. This was in where is that? I can't find it. Oh, here you go. X-Band 3. This is an X-Band. It's called Fixture. String I use, number 11. Basically, I used a pluck sound. That's not a string. It's just called strings. I don't know why I named it that. It's a pluck sound. Simple. I did all that in a 1/3 beat, and then that's literally it. Now I just played around with the sound and the crash effects and all that other stuff. So yeah, that's how you play that. I'm finna play the melody, cut my camera off, and let y'all hear it, the whole song. Stay positive. Well, I gotta add my tag obviously, but stay positive, stay blessed. I'm out.